Howdy, y'all. Welcome on in. My name's Thor and welcome to the tavern. Hopefully you guys are well. Hope everything is going well. That being said, today I'm continuing working on what I was working on last time with Create the Endventure and trying to work on at least getting the hydroponics properly set up. It is going to require quite the task. Like, I might have to incur probably more lava. I'm probably going to make another steam generator at the end of the day. But at least with the one I have now, I can at least get started with making at least the composting setup, which is going to take some time, but not too much time. I have some logistics in my mind to figure out, but hopefully it shouldn't take no less than maybe a couple hours. And then maybe in the last two I can use to make another steam farm or steam generator for the actual hydroponics. If not, I'll figure or other. There it goes. No, I'm not, Cone. I'm just wearing all black today, by chance. So, sorry to tell you. Not that kind of person. Used to be, though. I wouldn't say evil, but used to be an emo, but not anymore. In any case, so it should be a fun day today. I was like, why my mic went out that. Something with the cord, which wouldn't surprise me. This thing's all dangled. So, I would also be surprised if it wasn't. No, you good, you good. I'm just wearing this for now. It's temporary. It's just, I accidentally wore all black today. If anything makes you feel any better, I am wearing gray underneath for a thermal, since it's a bit cold out at the moment. So if that's any, so to speak. Alright, so I have that stuff for the composters and mechanical composters, which... Oh, I forgot that's on. I was in creative trying to figure out stuff on a thing. Forgive me, I don't know what WYA is. I know a few of them, but I don't know that one. You'll have to forgive me. That's fair. Yeah, in Florida it's a bit hot. I've been there. I'm in... Okay, so where am I at? So I am in Kentucky. I am in Central America. Or I'm in the central part of the US. Yeah, I'm in the US. So it's a bit hot up here. Unfortunately. Just a wee bit. But I've also been to Oklahoma and other places, so to me, I've been quite cold and quite hot depending on where you go. Hey Joshua, how you doing? During December? Yeah. To be honest, we actually had our first snowfall last week, actually. We had a snowfall. And it was like the beginning of November, and you're like, what the heck? Doing good, Joshua. Working on trying to get basically a composting hydroponic setup. So that's going to require a lot of time, but not too much time, but it's require quite a bit of effort. Got a steam generators to get. I got to make compost up the wazoo with poppies, which is kind of funny since they're actually used for opioids, but we're not going to talk about that. Among that, a few other things. I may even just use dandelions just to keep out the opioid idea. But we'll see. Should be chill time, though. So I got those. Just need my gears, which are in my backpack in a crate. Yeah. So definitely gonna be some fun today. I'm explaining to have some fun, just enjoying the time and process it's going to take to create this majesty of a machine. But I think it should be fun. What about you? As well as you, Cone. How are you all doing on this fine, I would say, afternoon? I think you guys are ahead of us by like an hour, so afternoon. Give or take. Don't need that. That's if you guys are in Florida. Or both of you. See, I don't need those. Don't need these anymore. I'm in Kentucky. Where they make Kentucky Fried Chicken. Or at least where the birthplace of Kentucky Fried Chicken was. It didn't stay there, obviously. Let's see. Oh, I might as well go and get the other lava farm stuff brought with me. I'm also gonna need to... I'll do the dandelions, actually. They have more dandelions in bank, so... I'm gonna keep 4 around, just in case. Well, actually, nah. I'll just keep that much around. Oh, let's see. So we got the dandelions. We got the composters. We're gonna need tanks. Heck, this part is such a headache. Especially with like all the copper sheets I gotta get. Let's see, how many do I actually need considering? I do want like a lot of compost, so maybe we can go with like... Oh, let's see. Assuming 9. 12:07, it's about 2:05, so you're about a couple hours behind me. Also, my clock might be off, so... It's about 12:07 where I'm at. But... Oh, I have a phone right here. No, no, it's 2:05. It's weird for the minutes. It's kind of a weird situation to be in. It's 20... 24 is not exactly where I want to be. 36, 18. Oh boy. Let's see, put these here, spread out the grid. So that's a 9. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. That's interesting. How's Colorado, by the way, at this time of the time? I've been there, but I don't remember anything from it being I was so young. But I do remember being in Colorado. I do know that I did at some point live in Colorado when I was a kid. Uh, 6, 7, 8, 9. I think 45 should do. That should be enough for the compost. And I might even have to make more of these in time, so... It just depends on how much of an influx of compost I have to do such a thing. So... even this kind of more just a buffer. Alright, so I got that. Got the composters. Got to get these turned into tanks, which require copper. And I don't have any spare. Yay for me. Let's see, I need 45. Two, 4. Alright. Leave those there for now. We'll get this copper thrown into the mix of other stuff. We'll get thrown into the smasher. Oh. It's weird. I don't know how like that filled up with andesite. No matter. Quick fix. Alright, I'm just gonna keep making andesite alloy. That's making copper. Pipes. I think I have a ton of pipes still from my last endeavor. If I don't, I can make more though. I still have 30. Feel like that's gotta be enough. I do need lava, but I go to the nether for that and get some buckets. I bet there's actually water in there and it's actually still working anyway. It maybe just speeds up the recipe in a sense, makes it softer. In any case, we'll let that work its magic for a little bit. Boom, 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 boom. I was just like watching this, to be honest. It's a very calming and relaxing moment. Alright, that's done. 245. That's 45 fluid tanks for the compost. Ooh, I actually need a drain. Almost forgot about that. I cannot spell drain for the life of me. Okay, copper casing and a iron bar. That is very cheap. Very reasonable. Oop, wrong one. Saw something in here. I was wondering what that was. Oh, it's alloy. Let's see. Should be in here. And this will be so that everything can drain. I might actually make a second one. I think I'd rather have this double down and be able to work at double the speed. That is if I'm right and there actually is going to be a ton. Back to iron bars with you. Copper casing. Copper casing plus iron bar equals drain. Drain goes over here. But I can't remember if I actually need if the piping just goes, or if it actually just gets stored in there and actually has to be drained out with a piping system. Yeah, I get that. Okay, so I do have to attach a pipe to actually fluid out, take out the fluid. Okay. Well, that's a bloody unfortunate problem to have. I'm also going to need another 16 lava buckets from the nether, and then I'll come back and get building supplies for the secondary lava farm. Also check on this. It's almost there. To the nether. Oh, what's up, man? How'd you get in here? Oh, welcome in. There's also a cat. I guess to some people's opinion that's where they belong, but I don't believe that. Alright, that's not what I'm here for. I'm not here to clear that up. Well, there's a basalt delta right there. Guess I'll just take this stuff instead. Can't grab that. That'll come from up there, of course. I'm just gonna take all that lava away. So I'm gonna probably come back here eventually and harvest more basalt, so it wouldn't probably be a bad idea to just go and make a stairway up there. Things I don't want to block off my route though across, so. That should be enough. Can't reach it. See how far that goes down. Was all that damage really from just those few lava sources? I mean, I'm grateful, don't get me wrong, but it's kind of sad. The butter my biscuits. What do you know? All that lava was from that. Alright then. Well, there is something down there, so I will go for that. Oh, that is surely going to take a minute. Sure. Just in case, I'd rather not have to have problems when it comes to traversing this place. That's for what it's worth, this place is very treacherous. Alright, that's all the lava I need. Didn't take too long at all. And I also got rid of this haphazard over here, so I don't have to worry about this anymore. If I ever want to have more basalt in my inventory, I can come back now and actually harvest from the vein without worrying about all the lava that's in my way. Well, so I guess you like this place, don't you? Actually, I am kind of curious. Remember last time I gave one of these guys a shield. Does he just eat stuff? Okay, so he eats certain things, so he doesn't just eat anything. That's good to know. So I cannot remember how that guy got back into my cave. There it is. And I am back. Is that really 16 buckets of lava? It's a lot of lava. Anyways, stone and some other stuff. I forgot what I actually built the other bird node out of, but I will figure that out in a moment. Sorry, no more need glass. I might even use up the iron bars. Get rid of them. And then... honestly, I'll probably just make it out of deep slate brick. It's fine. It's a beautiful block, and also gets it out of my chest, which has been clogging it up anyway. This just gets rid of the excess. Still gotta set up a train. But that is for the future. The thing what I'll probably do again is, in my mind, is I'll probably set up a farm that allows it to, like, deposit, maybe. Might be kind of like a retrieval and deposit system. I don't know yet, though. Either way, I'll have to figure that out in another time. When I actually decide to get into train working and making the network work. I'm back from my expedition. Yeah, at least that's a good sign. At least it's still working. The lava is coming in, but it's just not going out fast enough, so that's the issue. So my thought to solve the problem is to make a complete replica right over here. Oh, I forgot to bring the cauldrons and the dripstone. Oh well. I will do that in a moment. New. So this will be where the dripstone is. It's gotta be a 4x4. Oop, too much. These parts will be made out of iron bars. Actually, a bit too high, but whatever. Five, 6. Mine that out. And mine that out. Okay. The thing I hate about working with fence or glass pane like thing, it really is a pain. There. Looks good. Suffering succotash. That's very reminiscent of like a prison aesthetic. I don't know why. That's not my intention. But I'll rock with it. Let's go there. Okay. Then I will come back and fill this with lava when I have the other materials needed. But before I leave... Wrong one. Wait, no, that's the right one. One, two, three, four. Okay. And that'll be for the... I'm not exactly sure how to explain it. The cauldrons to get the lava out when I'm done, when I come back. And hopefully by doing all this, this will power this whole thing a bit more better. You know, it does seem everything's actually filling up properly now. Yeah, it doesn't seem like these guys are now fully getting the lava. That's fine. I'm gonna have another setup anyway, so I think having another steam engine later, so having an extra one set up is probably for the best. I'll just make sure to keep all the lava properly around whenever I need it. Just something I want. Honestly, I'm trying to think maybe I should have gone with like a minecart temporarily until I had like a proper situation, but oh well. What's done is done. I'm still tempted to just make another one of those farms over here I have on my right. But then again, they're not that efficient. I mean, they are efficient, but they aren't efficient at the same time. And I like that whole idea of just putting those away and just turning them off and then leaving them alone. This is kind of like a memoir as to what was. Just for like aesthetic reasons and stuff. Alright, so don't need the iron bars no more. Don't need these. I'm gonna need 16 of these. Dripstone. 16 stone. And then I'm gonna need a whole buttload of cauldrons. I need 16 cauldrons. And holy freaking lag. That's exactly why I'm separating all my farms and stuff, so I can actually get some lag back. Or some frames back from this. Especially considering something about being my backpack causes problems. I guess the only farm that probably will stay here is probably just going to have to be the fish farm. Which I think is fair. And also, of course, that whole monstrosity for the bio generation. The biofuel generation. Beyond that, I think everything else will just kind of go away. Especially considering my tree farm's in its own distinct location. Then again, that'll probably even be dismantled, to be honest. Because I won't need that anymore. So... that'll be kind of sad to have to decommission that. But it'll be for the better. Because I don't have a better situation and system that won't need it anymore. So it'll be worth it. I also need to probably light this place up. All things considering. All things considered. Anyways, on a different note. So this will be the cauldron, that'll be the dripstone, so stone goes above. Oh, you piece of crap. Alright, I'm gonna break this for the moment. I'll put that back. Just want to get this place set down and ready to go. Okay. And the dripstone. Ah! Wait. Oh, I didn't get that corner. There we go. Then cauldrons. I'll probably just do that last, because I don't know if... I'm pretty sure it doesn't drip into water, but because there's water drips, I don't trust that. So, I'll just use them for building then. Alright, now comes the hard part. Or now comes the very tedious part. Lava. I'm gonna use glass to make sure I actually know where I'm putting everything. that for now. That one, that one, that one. That one, and that one. That one, and that one. That one. Those three. That one, that one, that one. And last but not least. Okay. It's not gonna have the whole fancy decoration that this one had, but I think that's okay. I think I'd rather it be a different look anyway. Alright, last but not least. Alright then. Be that way. Oh. Alright, that's a whole nother lava farm ready to go. Right next to the other one. It does look like a backup is finally starting to happen, which is good. I want a buffer. Having a buffer of 216 buckets is a good thing. I think it just took time for these things all to get full up again. Enough. Wait. Oh, I lost my shield. That's right. It broke on me. Forgot about that. Oh, come on then. Joik. Hey, I got a halberd with your name on it. Bring it. Thanks for the soul shard. Well, since I'm shieldless anyway, I might as well. Yeah. It's gonna take time to fully figure itself out. But that is good to see that it is starting to slowly gain a backup lava. That being said, this whole area is gonna now become this unique creation. Holy crap. That's y'all's own fault. Piss off. Go away, you flying rats. Stupid. Alright, before those come back again. Sleeping bag. Cool. Well... So now that part's done, the next part is now getting an actual compost setup going. Which, now that I'm actually thinking about it, when I was doing my test in a creative world on a flat world, I was figuring out how to get this stuff to work. Come to find out, I'm gonna need a lot more room than this to... Actually, no, this is the composting area, that's right. All the compost is going out into here. So, okay, actually, never mind, this is probably big enough then. Wow. This is going to be a difficult conundrum. But it will be done. I really feel like 20 might be a bit overkill, to be honest, though. At the same time, I also feel like it might be fun. Great. See, I feel like they'll kind of just need to be set up like this. That's not going to be enough room. That's going to suck. Let's see, I have 20, so the other option I have is to do them from above. So, like, if that's going to be, like, the end result, I don't even know if this is going to be 10 blocks or not, but... Cool parts of rotation will go to the bottom, which helps. I mean, it's gonna be tight. Hey, actor. How you doing today? I mean, I guess that works, because then these can be the 2 lines that actually dump the compost into the tub. Or even this could be the tub, so that actually is plenty of room. Let me just go set this up. This takes like 2 seconds. How you doing today, actor? Alright, there we go. So there's our tank for all our liquid compost. Which means I can kind of free this up a bit. Because I was not exactly very keen on leaving that being the space. Okay, that's perfect. So that gives me plenty of room to put drains, which will go... So the way that the wheels have to work, I think they actually need to go here, and this will be the pipe that goes into that. So I need pipes real quick. How you doing today, actor? Well, I'm crafting this quick mechanical pump. Pipe. Mechanical pump. Pipe. Drains. Ooh, that's a bit high. Yeah, no. Has to go lower. This don't, but this does. Then pipe and pipe. Then we have our... those things. I wish that didn't connect like that, to be honest, but I don't really have a choice. Nevertheless, so this will then roll over into this, which is fine. I will need to come back with some... I might just do glass, honestly. And that just, whenever it rolls into this, it'll just... bleh, and then into here. Okay. So this is a composting thing. These are composters, apparently. What they do, for what I understand, is that they create mechanical compost from almost about anything. There are some things that it doesn't in this pack, but it can create from leaves, sticks, flowers, foods, seeds, you name it. I'm going to be using flowers, specifically dandelions. And running off the power of steam, we are going to create compost from dandelions, which will be using these mechanical insulators with water. About 10 of them. And to be honest, this may even be too much. I theoretically overdone what I think actually needs to be done, but this is for expansion in the future if need be. So, give or take, maybe a bit too much. But, in any case, the goal is they're going to create compost, they're going to blit onto a belt here. The belt will then go this way, and then another belt will theoretically kind of come this way into these things and deposit it. But these do have the backup one, which I've realized. I have messed up on that part. But that is the theoretical idea here. How exactly we get to that point is going to be a fine-tuning process of getting there. But I am slowly but surely working on it. And like I had said, I need to actually replace this. This is wrong. And this needs to go away. This needs to become doit, because that was what it was originally. And this thing. Pipes. Mechanical pump. That drains. Then we flick it back. How's your day been, actor, by the way? Should work. And then there'll be a belt here. I might just use these full belts because they don't really... Oh, actually, no, I can't. I can't use these. Ah, okay. So I gotta use regular mechanical belts. Oh, well. So this goes here. Well, a lot of it is just kind of trial and error and understanding the basics, but I understand. It is quite the conundrum trying to figure this stuff out. But I feel like I'm going to be okay and up to the task to do it, I hope. With God's help and a bit of ingenuity, which comes from God anyway. So it's just a practice of figuring out how crap go with crap. So. Basically. But believe me, even right now, my brain's still like... I was trying to do this in a creative world, and my brain was, like, not working. So I am figuring it out, though. Other than that, though, how's your day been, by the way? How have you been? You love testing? It's so much fun. Even then, I didn't get very far, because I kind of was late to the testing phase. I had some other things to attend to, so I didn't really have time. Oh, frick. I did that wrong. But not with those mods. That's fair. I completely understand. This actually has to be a mechanical belt. And then I'm gonna need tunnels, which will go into here. Or actually, I guess I could do a chest. I could do a double chest and then put filters here. Or I'm not gonna say filters, but I could just do 1, 1, 1, 1, 1, 1, 1, 1, 1, 1. And that'll make sure everything gets even. Nice. A giant working car out of redstone, I assume? And your friend's SMP. Okay. Ooh, that also allows me to do this then. It's actually in the case. That allows me to do this if I decide to do a chest setup instead. Because that means I can power this from here. And then put the chest here, and that way the items won't go anywhere but in here. So, haha! And I also have to use tunnels, so that's just kind of a bonus. Oh, actually, I don't think the, okay, so I don't think actually this works, now that I think about it. So I'm actually going to use a mechanical belt. And then this is the hard part, because now I got to take a ton of funnels, which I got to see if I have any gray ones. Particularly andesite funnels, which I do. I have just the right amount of exit funnels. And I believe this works appropriately. I believe it to work. So, no. But the cool thing about this mod is that if you go enter any of the create ideas, so this is all of create. The whole thing that it gives you, instead of like a book to understand the mod, is... So if you like hover over, let's say the belt. So if you look at the actual word underneath the belt, it says ponder. So you hold W. And you actually can ponder the items. And as you can see, it allows you to understand how they work in their own visual conception. Instead of having to read about it, you watch it. And it tells you how everything works. With each individual piece, unless they don't really have a lot of function, then they just have a shift button. So, yeah, it's more visual. And this way you can understand the whole mod if you're not very good at reading. It's good for people who are just more visual persons. So, this helps a lot. Yeah, it's a really cool thing. And of course, there's also different variations of it, so you can always look at it, which helps. Alright, that being said, I do need to get these things turned up. Thankfully with these, I just gotta power this one bottom piece, and that's it. So I think a 6-way gearbox should do me good. So, I'm trying to remember where I'm actually getting power for this. Okay, so this is the actual power output. Really? I can imagine that's gotta be rough. By the way, if you want to view this in a horizontal view, there is that option, by the way, on the channel. If you go on my channel, there's a horizontal view if you need to, if you feel better about it. I think you already know about that. But just in case, I feel like the vertical. Don't blame you. Oh, okay. What type of maps do you create? Also, it's good to see that the second lava farm's helping. It's helping actually keep up the actual lava demands. So that's positive. Made the map of Mine Hut. You know that server? No, I'm sorry, I don't. Forgive me. So I think in order to transfer this power, I might just go ahead and just do this. Because I might just use this output. It's slow, but it's... because I don't want this going too fast, so... I might actually turn this down a bit. I might actually grab from that, actually. Server where you can join other servers by players. Okay. I'm not super understanding of what exactly it is, but I don't doubt it. Actually, you'll have to forgive me and my lack of knowledge of what stuff some of the stuff is. It's actually going 64. Alright, that's gonna go 64. I'm gonna speed this up to like 96. And then we'll do that. Alright, so I probably should have to work on this backwards. But I do have like the general idea. So the next thing is now going to be is how do I get items into each input? Alright, so I think we're actually going to shorten this. I don't think I need this many. But if I need more, I know how to create more, so... we're going to shorten this down a bit, like half. So we're only going to have this much. Which I think is a fair number anyway. And then we have our tunnels. It's pretty cool, though, to have a server where you can join other servers by players. So what exactly is Mine Hut, if you want to explain it in your own words? We'd love to hear it in your own words. Considering you're the creator. So actually the cool part is with this one is I actually just need this to go like this because of the way the system works. I actually don't need it to go any other direction. So I need a belt. Gonna need a belt. Because these both have to go the same direction anyway. And actually I need to do the other side because I ain't gonna move. So we're gonna take that. I'm gonna place this over here. Turn that. Then we're gonna put a... or take another belt. Need to extend this one more. Then we're gonna block it up with glass. So that way it doesn't bounce off. So now that's there. The next part is actually getting this on the belt. Which is starting here and working its way this way. So to do that, I need to add a intro belt. So that's what that is. I also don't need these pipes anymore for a little bit. So I have my introduction belt. And then from there, I need to add a exfil belt for the poppies. But this has to be doubly as long because of the way that I want the flowers to recirculate back into them and just continually farm poppies or dandelions over and over and over and over and over. So, that means... ugh, headache. So this goes here. So I'm just gonna have to place a belt and just kind of just do some quick math here. So assuming this is the first one, this is the first exit, then space, exit, you know, the belt. So exfil, space, exfil, space. So that's... so I need 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. Alright, so this thing's going over the limit I was hoping to go, but it is what it is. What are you gonna do? So these will be the exfil belts. Those can get the frick out of here. And then from there, I need to go make my insulators if I'm gonna do this. Which means I'm gonna need mechanical pumps, I'm gonna need copper casings, and I'm gonna need dirt. Which means I'm gonna need 10 of each. So I'm gonna need 10 pipes. So we're gonna have to go make some more pipes. Yay! Pain, suffering, and depression. All for the thing of art. Also, I've never actually tried to kill one of these. I want to try killing one now. Really? I dropped acacia. That just feels sad. To be just honestly and frank about it. That just feels sad. Honestly, I thought killing it would be like more productive, like gunpowder or something, not just a piece of wood. Alright, at least now going forward I won't kill those. Those don't seem very useful from the totem creepers. This is... I'm pretty sure it's from like the Creepers Overhaul. Yeah, so it's from the Creepers Overhaul. So let's say they don't drop anything special. I'm just not exactly sure which one it is. It must be the Savannah Creeper. Either way, it's kind of sad to kill it and it just gives you nothing. Alright, so first thing first, I need more pipes, which is fine. Those don't take much. And I already have all the copper casings I need, I just need pipes. Oh, that's expensive. It requires 3 copper for a pipe. Unless there's like a better recipe. No. Alright, well, it's about as simple as the recipe can get. Thankfully, I do have quite a bit of copper at the moment. We'll just go with that. I never use them enough to really honestly qualify it to be much more than just like a stack worth. Boom, 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 boom. Alright, while it's working, I'm gonna go turn this wood back into planks. That is not what I meant. I'm gonna go grab 20 or 10 dirt. Put away also all that I don't need. Like the soul shard, I don't need that anymore. 10 dirt. I don't think it means coarse dirt. And I'm pretty sure all the dirt I have is downstairs, actually, now that I think about it. I put it all away. I'm a bit busy. But I'm doing good. Thank you. That thing's still doing his job. Holy frick. Let's see. Got that. One, two, three, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Bring up the pipes. I need 10 worth. So I can put the rest away. Then I need to make more of that. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Go grab my dirt. My dirt. Oop. Okay, so these go into mechanical pumps. And these get turned into our aggregate insulators, or what they call them, mechanical insulators. Alright, cool, that was painless. But that part I expect to be painless. It's the next part that worries me. That back. Actually, I think I'd rather use Silky Fortuna for now. I'll use Silky eventually, but not right now. So, okay, got that. I need to go put up the other... I need to go put up the other composters as well as the other pieces. Don't need those. I don't need the phantom membranes. So I do wonder what they create. So I can make a tainted relic. Could also make a phantom plushie. Which at one point I think I will make a plushie room, and I will make like a ton of plushies. That does sound fun. Oh god, and also that thing's scary. Could also make slow falling potions if need be. Other than that, that's about it. That's crazy. Also, wait, what's this for? Recovery rune. Oh, so it helps you make cooldown upgrades. Okay. I was wondering what that does. Interesting. I like that. Alright, well, I definitely need the phantom membranes. I definitely need those. I need these. I'm also gonna need a sink, which I have on me. And I have all the pipes for mechanical stuff. I have gears. I have those. I might need some more gear shifts things. Yeah, probably gonna need more of those. That's probably the only thing I'm a bit lacking at the moment. So I'm gonna take about half of these, turn them into gear thingies, and then take the other half and turn them into I forget the name. Chain drives. Or chain thingies. I'm gonna take about half a stack of these and turn them into... Right, I actually need to bring one out. Take half of these and turn them into shafts. And then I'll come back and recover my lost shafts. Alright, so I definitely need this in my inventory. And I'm gonna fill up my 2 things with more andesite. Because I already know I'm lacking a bit. So, make that nice and full. Then we're gonna put the rest away. So I don't need this much. Take some iron. Gonna turn them all into... Gonna take 32 of them and turn them into... chain drives. Which is wunderbar. Okay, it really sucks. Turn those back into ingots. Don't need them anymore. Where can I put them? Starting to feel like I need another chest for my other stuff. Oh well. I'll just take these out. Also, I don't really actually need a depot. What am I doing? I don't need a depot. I'm not that necessary for a depot all the time. But when it does come up, I will make sure to grab one. So, 32. That may require all my shafts. Ooh. That's a bit rough. Put these over here for now. Might need a bit more shafts. Well, I guess I can gather all the wood I'm gonna need. I'm gonna need about 32 or 2 stacks of 64. So that's like half a stack. Take those. Put these away. For now. Okay, that's all empty. That's all empty. Oh good, they're all done. 2. 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2. Also restock all my shafts anyway, it helps. Need to restock. Shoo! Alright, that can go back. These can now all become cogs. And those become andesite casings. And those become gearboxes. Perfect. I'll need to restock of those anyway, and they help quite a bit in certain situations. Okay. So, next things next is actually go take a look at this stuff, and... Well, actually, I do need one more thing. I just thought about this. I need the gray funnels. The andesite funnel. Which requires dried kelp and andesite alloy. How cheap. Well, at least I have 32 of those. As for dried kelp, I'm not exactly sure what I'm looking at. I'm pretty sure I'm not looking too hot on that front. I take that back. We're doing pretty well on that front. It's about a stack of those, so that'll definitely do me well for a little while. I don't use them often enough to really supply more than 64. Also, still want to check on this. See how this is doing for over... Yeah, once we get past this last stack, I'll be done with that quest. So it just is taking a while because it's just the kelp farm, which I hope is not too bad. I've got one kelp. So just a backlog. Okay, it's just waiting for more kelp. That's fair. That is very, very fair. I respect that. In any case... back along the bridge. So this is like the hard part, because I gotta somehow cycle these dandelions to always go back to the start. So that's the key component here. And I don't know if what I want to do is simply just have them deposit down onto a belt that collects them all and then redistributes. Or do I just recycle the same ones over and over and over on the same belt system? It's not a hard thing to do, but it sure isn't easy. Because it does require a bit of finagling to get to work. So that being said, I guess I'll start with placing the insulators where they gotta go. So I said this was gonna be one. Actually, speaking of which, can I actually see some? Did they work off the bottom? No, because that's where the water goes in. Okay. Which means I don't need the glass, which is surprising. I just need pipes. So, pipe. So with the way this has got to work, because of the way everything else has to be, I actually have to put these underground. So... That's actually about as far as it actually needs to go. Okay. So that's where that goes. And then the actual fluid pump that I need to go on the sink goes over... I'm gonna say right here, because I can just... no. I know. Because this is already running, and I'm gonna run it like that anyway. Gotta replace that one. But other than that... Pop! Ooh. Quick, before they fill up with water. So it should be running water soon. Okay. Thousand capacity. What's going on? Is it a range thing? What if it's a range thing? Because that wouldn't surprise me. Brother. Okay, well... I guess what I could do is set up another sink down here and attach a thing here once I'm ready to go. Like I said, this pillar actually has to go. Actually, maybe not. No, it does have to go. We'll see. I might be able to work around it, because if I'm right, I might be able to bring it down and then have it kind of come out underneath it, and then it'll kind of like it's supported, so as a support, so... I'll have to figure that out. I didn't realize this thing was going to be so long, because I thought it was going to be fairly simple. Anyways, so first things first is I got to attach these here, 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 because it doesn't matter which side I use. Here and here. Then gears have to go on the side, which I need about 10 gears. Maybe probably not even that, but here, 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 and here. Okay, so if that's actually the case, you know what I can do? I can actually take the last gear that's gonna go here anyway, and I think attach the pump. So then I go get another gear. And I have a secondary sink on me, just in case I thought this was gonna happen. Then this gear goes over here. That goes like that. Sink goes on top. Sink goes in there. Those go get water. Now they have water. Okay, so that's good to go. Then we receive power from... So I think we gotta extend this out a couple. Or one. Then we get out a gearbox. We turn that gearbox. And then we can extend a gear that way. And then have another gear go down and then attach to this to attach to that. Or... Oh no, that doesn't work because of the way this is. Suffering succotash. I might actually just put 2 gears here. Or actually... This is already running at a decent speed that I like, so we can just attach that. And then I think I can just attach another gearbox there. No. But what I can do is I can get a parallel gearbox, which is fairly cheap. Just an extra gear to the mix. And that gets us going in the right direction. And if I'm not correct, or if I'm correct, positive. And then that attaches to here. That then goes into a gearbox here. No, it doesn't. So I guess it requires another parallel gearbox. I'm just gonna take a couple of those in case I need to make one more. That's a bit kerfuddling that just has to happen like this. Then we put our shaft. That goes there. Brr. That is really freaking insufferable. I mean, I don't care. It costs like a bit extra wood in the shaft, but so it's insufferable. Okay. So the whole mechanical setup is now working properly, at least in the sense of where everything has to go. The next thing that has to happen now is to get a power set up here. Which, at this point, I am very tempted to make a 6-way gearbox and place it right there. But I don't think that's the right idea. So, my other idea is to place a gearbox there. Make this vertical. And those should power all those on. Which, at the moment, I don't really know what the power output is. Hopefully we're not overboard yet. I'm gonna hope. But part of me in my gut's telling me we're getting to that point where we're getting a bit full. Anyways, I'm gonna cover all this up real quick. Get all these guys nice and situated with their current status. Make it look all pretty. I also go do this last one. Forget about this one. Wait. Oh, no, I didn't. Yep. That goes there. That goes there to support. These all get connected now. Okay. The next part I need to get is I need to get these connected. Also, there's a guy right there shooting me. He knows. He knows too much. Perish, you being of terribleness. Okay. I could theoretically power it right there. I think I will. Okay. So those are all now powered into their own right. These are all now supposed to be having... These all should now have water. Which is true. Good. Okay, so that's good, that's good. This part's all now set. I need to get these all funneled up. Okay, that's fine. Alright, so these are all funneled in and out properly as needed. So now comes the hard part. So the whole reality is I also realized I just failed. Unless I put tunnels here. Because then I could theoretically have them be distributed out. Theoretically. I'm having to think about this in my head really hard. Alright, so let's see how much space do I actually have. I have plenty of space. So if I went from here and I took a, I don't know, a tunnel, and I went, because it's always going to be 2, so it's always going to be 2, 2, 2, 2, 2, 2, 2, 2, 2, 2, so I could probably just use an andesite tunnel, which will then distribute as needed. Or I could do a chest setup, where I put a double chest here, I have input here, it exports 1. Oh no, I can't do that because it's too tight. That'll be too tight. So it has to be a tunnel, because that's the only thing that can fit this insanity bill. Because it's going to input here, it's going to go 1, 1, 1, 1, 1, 1, 1, 1. Theoretically. And then that'll go onto a belt, which would go here. That goes up once. Then that goes sideways. And goes up again. Because weird stuff happens here. Yeah, I think it has to go like that. And I think it's fine. Then this goes over here. Down to here. Then this goes back this way. Wait. That goes up there. So those go up the bill. Yeah, because I can't put that there. So it has to go up there. So that goes up the bill. up to there. I think that works. And then this goes down onto here. And then this goes all the way down here. Down to here. Then I put some glass to prevent any droppage, because that's the last thing I want. And I think that's literally the case scenario, and I don't have to remove my thing, so haha. Belt. Bring that with me. Is that too far? I guess that's too far. So we gotta put one here. And then I gotta bring out another one. Yeah. And then... 2 more belts. I would assume this works, because it kind of like deposits onto this and it goes... And then... From there, then comes out the funnel system. I think that's gold. And just to prevent any like malarkey that may happen in this whole situation, I'm going to put a funnel here, or a tunnel here, just to make... Where'd it go? That's gonna go there. So all things considered, that should work. Now comes the hard part of trying to find a power output. Which I think will just honestly come from... I think here. That gives me a reason to use this and get rid of it. So that goes there. Then that one will get powered via chain drive, I'm gonna say. Also, I don't need these anymore. I'm gonna say chain drive here. Suffering succotash. There you go. Those can go away, that can go away, that can go back. Actually, I do need these to seal this stuff up. Yeah, yeah. Okay, I'm gonna put all the stuff back away. Bring these back. So, provided everything has been done appropriately, still gotta make this one move. But I just wanna make sure everything works. So, theoretically... flowers will start on this belt. I'm going to start them on this belt. And there actually probably be a chest here, so we'll put a chest there for the input. Chest will go here. Output will go out. There will be about 10 flowers that come out at a time. Or at least one at a time. There will be a chain drive here to continue the belt thing. So I'm going to go quickly hook this up real quick before I forget. I don't need that. Let's go there. And the power output is coming out of... somewhere. Where am I getting the power? Part of me is thinking to just do it here, honestly. I can get this to work. Yep, that'll work. Mechanical belt. Send it back. And that just gives us our room. So this goes here. The inside casing comes out. To then real quickly put all these in a cased state. Let's go ahead and get a tunnel, but I'll do that in a moment before I start the whole shenanigans. So assuming this is correct. So flowers will go here in a chest. There will be a funnel system that leads them out of the chest into all of these things. I forget the name. The mechanical insulators. Mechanical insulators make the flowers. They drop them onto the belt. The belt then speedily comes over here. That also needs to be reversed, I realized. Yeah, that actually needs to be reversed. So this needs to be... Actually, instead of wasting my precious chain for this thing, I'll just waste these instead. Which means this also needs to be chain drives. Yay! Okay, that's better. Much better. Put these back to normal. These all back. Grab out an andesite casing to quickly plug up these holes. Okay. Back to what I was saying. So theoretically, these should all deposit the flowers. This will be a tunnel that'll spread one up this way, one theoretically that way. Then... I might even use a brass tunnel if I have one extra, because that might be a better system for that. Anyways, they should all get one. Okay, this is just to keep up with the masses. I really don't care how many actually work. Then it goes down onto here. This will be a chest that'll hold all the compost. Compost will then go on here to be divulged into one each. And then these will all be spun out into here, into our capacity tank. So that should hopefully be the science. Will it work? Probably not. Well, I'm hoping, yes. Honestly, I think this might be a better call for an andesite funnel situation when it comes to probably this chest. So I'm gonna need one input. I'm gonna need 2 brass outputs. Over there, I'm gonna just need a andesite output. So I think that's everything. I think I just need 1 and 1 for those, and I just need 2 brasses. And then I'm gonna go see if I have an extra tunnel somewhere back at base. Now I also gotta pick up the chests, because I'm gonna need 3 chests. Well, that was about a lot of mechanical mindset. I'm grateful it worked out the way it did. I'm grateful that my testing world was faulty, because I was also gonna have freaking rip my hair out with the way that system was looking. So, this one seems to be a lot better, and it seems to actually be a lot more acquainted to what I had in mind. So I'm happy about that. Which has only took me about an hour and a half, so I'm happy about that as well. This took me far less time than I thought it was going to take to get all this massive work done. See how this is going. 42. It's mostly because I'm not hanging around here, it's not working. If I was hanging around here more, it would work a lot better. But I'm a bit busy with other quantities of work. Alright, tunnels. Oh, I do have one left. Sick. I also have brass, but I think I'm gonna go with the... andesite. I think we'll go with the brass today. Definitely don't need the dirt. Don't need the wood. I think I'm done with glass. I do need 3 chests, which is what I have. I don't need these iron things. Alright, so this should be everything I need. And then once I start that input chest, it'll be as simple as just starting that up and seeing how it goes. This whole goal is to get it to split. So if I tell it to split, which it may automatically do on its own, but if I tell it to split, that should give it the... hopefully the priority. But we'll see. I have a lot of things to figure out to see how that's going to work out. I still like my environment, our environment that's been picked. It has a wonderful looking area. It has a perfect plateaus to do gardening on. It has a nice forestry in the background. The hill I'm living on creates a nice perfect area to make bridges and stuff to go certain areas, which allows for things like that to actually look normal. It's been quite the beneficial place to live. But that is glory to God and not to me. Alright, so this is all working. Just gotta get this set up. So I want it to split. Forced split. Round robin, forced round robin, prefer the nearest. Randomize, synchronize inputs. Synchronize inputs. Split. I'm gonna assume forced split. That would be my best hope. But I will start with, what I'll probably do is put like 1 in and make sure it's actually working, and then try to go up in value as I go about. Before I start any hootenanny. So. Chest here. And then... So these are brass funnels. These will be knocked down to about 4. Or about 1. Or probably just exactly 1 at this point. I don't know what I'm saying up to. It'll always be 1. Then this will be input to the chest. This will go over here. This will be a chest. Can access that anytime. Alright, let's start the system. So did one actually get composted? Wait, it did?
Yes! It works!
Unfortunately, all the flowers are going into this one depository. Let me... First of all, take that out. Let me take that out. I didn't realize that would happen. So maybe what I ought to do is put a... brass funnels. If I have 10. Sykes. Actually, that's okay. So what I can do instead is I can just put 9 on all these and take the last one and put a gray one. That's fine. Or actually... Hold on. If I'm not mistaken, if I just use a brass tunnel over here to like output more than like output like 10, because I'm pretty sure these can only take in 1 at a time. Nope, it just takes them all because they're freaking hungry hippo. You can take up to 1. Take up to 1. Exactly 1. Up to 1. Up to 1. Promise there has to be 10. Brother, just turn around. Up to 1, up to 1, and then these are kind of whatever. I don't really have a choice until I get more. So that's how it should work. It should be separating, so. Promise all 63 are freaking in here. supposed to be like, take one, leave one, take one, leave one, you prick. Hold on. There you go. I'm assuming once like the system, I mean, I guess maybe I only needed 3 to be honest. I mean, it's making liquid compost regardless, so I really shouldn't complain. It's actually making a pretty decent rate without just those 3. Okay, you know what? Second thought, let's back things up. So you know what? We know it overboard, now we can back up. So we can just take that away. Right, that's not part of create. Oh! Actually, that's probably where I need to back it up to. Because this should just be like the overflow. That's fine. Don't need that, don't need that, don't need that, don't need that. That far. And then I need to find the pipe I'm not going to be using from. Okay. So that backs that up. That backs that up. Wait. Oh. Okay. We should be like 1, 1, 1, 1. But that seems actually doing the splitting, so. Because I hear this thing going. Yeah, I don't know why I'm changing the process. It does work. That also means this could probably be shortened down a bit. Technically. That don't look like it's powering anything. Oh. I know why. I made mistakes. I mean, at least it's going in, so I don't have to worry about that too much. I mean, to be honest, I like this thing's keeping up, actually. For what it's worth. So maybe we just do a tour? We just do 2. Okay, that means then the power has to come from... where? Oh, it just comes from there, okay. That stuff is crashing out. Okay. And then when it comes to this thing, that's the thing. It takes 500 millibuckets to do this stuff. So if anything, what the problem seems to be is that these all have to actually get their own dedicated, like, thing. Like, amount of flowers, if I'm actually going to do this. Like, they all have to get, like, their own flower. And, like, their own rotationary system. Oh, we got it. It takes so much work. So much work. So that's basically what I'm seeing. I basically have to do this, like, each individually has to get their own flowers. Like, there is no way about it. Because this one keeps swallowing up all the flowers. And I can't stop it from doing that. No matter what I do. Alright, just turn this off for now. Turn all these off for now. Because that changes everything. That does change quite a bit. Because it means I can't speak. I need to almost like... I need like 4 spaces in between each of these to make this actually functional, to where like I can actually do this. And then the only way I can extend it is just to go up. Which may just have to be the case. I might just have to go up. I mean, thankfully flowers aren't running yet, so it's not like a big deal, but it is kind of like, So I guess we're gonna have to start with that first. Alright, well, I guess let's back this stuff up. Okay, but testing was involved, so it did work. It was working, but I'm already noticing that it's going to be so little work that it's not going to be enough for the things I have planned for, so it all has to back up and redo. Restart. Frick. Oh, this is depressing. I mean, it was one of those things that was going to be scientific, and it was hopeful that it was going to work, but it just wasn't in the cards. Nevertheless, this has to stay the same. This has to stay. I don't have a choice. So that's unfortunate. That's the unfortunate about that. So I really need to get Grace here some Silk Touch. I just need to get a villager to trade it for me, and I'll be fine. Anyways. I don't know how you guys got down here. Okay. So, assuming that what I have to do is make basically a revolutionary system where it just recycles all the time. These, I'm really gonna have to start with this. I think I have to start with these and then work my way out to do what I want. Just gonna use these for the building block for now. Things, do I need it this high? I think I do, because the way that they have to deposit onto something, so it needs to be at least 1 above. So this is where it has to be. So assuming this is where I want it. But if I want to go revolutionary, I'm going to have to go 1 higher. So we go there. Then we have introduction of flowers, which they're all going to get their own flower to continue revolutions. So that'll go onto a system which needs to be able to split. So my thought would have to be, it has to involve a tunnel. Thing is, here's a question. Okay, here's a question. I don't know the answer to this question, but I'm gonna try this real quick to see something. So if I had, let's just say, a whatever nanny whatnot thing, I'm gonna borrow this. Okay, so this one's going in one direction. I need to go in the opposite direction. I need 2 of them that go in opposite directions, fortunately. Well, that's a freaking problem. Okay, so that one goes that way. Frick. I need one to go one direction, I need the other to go the other direction. Okay, so this one needs to go... So this one needs to go the other direction. Okay, so that one needs to go the other direction. That needs to go there, this needs to go here. So if I had a tunnel, right? I'm just gonna use this for testing real quick, because I don't know the answer. Alright, so if I put a tunnel... I'm just gonna say a grass for now, because it don't freaking matter at this point. And I decided to put a chute here, and I drop, let's say, an arbitrary amount of dandelions. Do they separate? No. Even though it is on... Does it split? Oh, they can't split because of that. Okay. Okay, well, here's another question then, because this isn't actually how the system's going to be. The system's actually going to be like this, where it's actually going to go like that. And there's actually going to be another one here. Then I need chute up here. I'll place a chest up there for now, so I can put stuff in. And then I need a belt. Then I need a powering operation system thing. Okay, whatever, that works. Let's say I put in the dandelions. So they do split. So if they go on from the top, they can split onto a tunnel, which is fascinating. Because that means what I can actually do is I can have tunnels redirect the items back to where they need to go. Which, if that's the case, I'm going to be using andesite tunnels, by the way. I'm not going to be using brass. That's too expensive. But that does mean I can put a chute below this. And that'll go onto a tunnel. That means actually this actually needs to be higher. Yeah, this is actually too low. Surprisingly. Man, that's high up, but it kind of has to be that way. So that goes out. That goes in. Oh. It's you. I also gotta remember to introduce the pipe, because this has to be here no matter what. So I'm just gonna inlay the pipes, because I know these are gonna have to be here anyway. And I'm gonna try not to go any farther than that. I'm gonna see if I can actually keep it within the constraints of the build. I'm gonna try anyway. Okay, so tunnels go underneath, or these things go underneath. There you go. Then there'll be a tunnel, which then goes to a belt system, which then comes out to here. Then there'll be a tunnel system here. Which... So it has to come out of a tunnel, onto a tunnel, and then that thing's gonna split one way, then the other way. Does it really need that much? Wait. Oh, I can't do that because I can't turn two shafts in two opposite directions. Fudge. Man, this makes this complicated. Because I don't really have a shaft thing that kind of goes in two opposite directions, do I? Yeah, there's only copycat, gantry, or shaft. Because the only actual way that works then the other way is that basically this has to connect here. I have to extend that out. I have to put this thing here instead. That's the only way that works. That's literally the only way that this crap works. And then this has to then go back up too, so it's not even that simple. So like this actually has to go back. This has to stay here. This has to then go up. Okay, so do I actually want to incorporate a fan system? Not really. But I can install a silo system, which works just fine. Which means I'm going to have to make a lot of silos. Which is fun for me. So, assuming that there'd be silos... So that wouldn't even go there. That would actually go on top of the actual thing. But that would mean that this goes about here. There would then be a silo here going up, and then that would drop it into there, and then that would be... So that would be like... almost like that. But that would basically be the only way to do it and keep it all compact. I mean, don't get me wrong, that does keep it within boundary of 2, so... Oh, you prick. So all things considered, that does keep it within a pretty decent boundary. I guess that's what's gotta be done. Alright, well, now I know how far to space these out now. Based on actually how much I was producing, though, I don't think I'm actually gonna need as many as I thought. So I may be able to save on some of that by just doing it smaller. Goes there. That goes there. Gonna need more pipes. I'm trying to remember how far this thing... I think this thing went about this far, and I think it stopped. So I think this is probably where I'll stop. That way maybe I can actually just recycle some of these pipes. So I think we'll try that and see how far that gets me in terms of compost. Let me just make sure that this is how far this thing went. Oh, you jerk. And then I can only just attach 2 gears right there. Seeing water, I'm seeing water, I'm seeing water. Alright, good. So means they all reach their courting spots. So this goes here, this goes here. Wait, no, this actually goes a little further. Actually goes there. Goes here. This goes here. And it's really just a combo of that, so. Wait, right? No, it's the other way around. Oops. Out, in, out, in, out, in, out, in. I just gotta do the reverse. And these all go back here with these. Bump, 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 bump. Ran out of belts. Okay. I'll have to go make some brass tunnels when I'm ready, but I will eventually in a minute. So that goes like that. These then all get their own funnels. Or actually, no, these don't get the funnels. That's where the whole silos will go. I guess in the meantime, I guess I can do this just to put down the funnels. That at least gives me an idea about where I need to put them. Spin them around. That's where the silos will go. Then I'm just use these to build up for a minute. Okay. And these are all the items we'll go into to get to the dandelions, so. Which means Which means the sides are going to be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 tall. Which is unfortunate, but it is what it is. Okay, so assuming these are all going to go the same direction, these can all then be piped together. And these are also all going to go in the same direction, so these can be connected together. That's good. Okay, then these will all go on their own line to then go into, I guess instead of like 3 composters or composters, all things considered, I feel like that's a good number. Either way, I'll have to connect. So all of these will connect at least up to this far. Then I need a belt. That goes there. Then... Man, does this leave me with very little space? Well, actually... What I actually could do... This would... I mean, it's not gonna save me on belts, but I have infinite belts at this point. But it does save me on a bit of space. Oop. So that goes that far. Belt to belt. And shaft. Belt to belt. And that way I can run at least that way I can run 3 composters on their own system, each on their own system. So that works. And then I can take those tunnels out, and out. Then these all go on their own conveyor belt into the chest system that I had earlier. I cut up one. Actually, can I actually go the opposite way? Theoretically, I could. Because this is a bit big. This is a bit in the way of where I need to do the chest setup. It's a bit better. That looks good. So then all these will go to those. Then these will go onto this belt. So I need to put these this way instead now. Which means also I'll have to also go in the opposite directions, which is alright, I guess. Then this goes in this direction. Trying to think about how the heck I'm actually going to connect this stuff together. Well, I guess they all could actually just be one singular unit. I didn't think about that. They didn't actually need to be separate. For some reason I thought these all had to be separate units. Nope. They can be one single belt. And it all works just the same. And I'm fairly sure that that works even though it's kind of blocked. I want to say this works. I'll have to test that out whenever I get the belts running. In fact, actually, let me just get these running real quick just to see. That actually does work. Nice. Alright, so theoretically, my biggest problem is, does this actually... No, it does not. So... Considering I have to power this differently anyway, I wonder if I could just do a vertical or an upper setup where these things are actually up above. And then I just put, say, an like funnel on the bottom. And we just throw, let's say, a single dandelion. Oh, was that just because the belt wasn't running? That would make a lot of sense. Come on. I bet that was because the belt wasn't running. Hold on a second. So this one takes in these two. This one goes here. Ah! Okay, so that's what it was. It was just that it wasn't running. Okay. That is fair. Take those dandelions back before they get mulched. Okay, well now I know that's working, I can go ahead and disassemble this now. Just need that temporary to make sure that the concept worked before I get too heavy into this. Okay, so those will drop in, those will drop their flowers onto the belts. They shouldn't miss, they never miss as far as I know, but be having tunnels anyway, so we'll go and place these down now. Pretty sure my chutes are in here. Let's go in there. I think it's broken. Okay, so let's go there. Those all then get dropped into those. Those will go into the tunnels. That'll separate out. And then mulching happens when they come off the belt. They go in here. There's a skeleton really causing me problems. Piss off, mate. Okay, then these go onto this belt. They then go forward onto a chest. Which, first things first, I actually need to figure out how far these actually need to be. Okay, that goes there. Just goes here. Which means this is where the belt needs to go. If I want it to go anywhere. Then this will be a funnel. These will be outward funnels, which always do exactly one each. Okay. That looks good. And then this needs to be powered again with a gear, which was just as simple as last time, just attaching a belt to the gear. I'm grateful that this part at least still worked. If I'd known that, I wouldn't have disassembled it, but I wasn't sure. Okay, so everything else looks good. So, looks like the first belt I had earlier was actually a pretty decent belt placement for the setup. It wasn't super fast, and it was fast enough to keep up. This one, on the other hand, I think has to be switched. So, we can just do that, and belt. And that pulls that direction, which is good. I think for these ones, I think I can literally just do 2 cogs to pull those. Wait, what? That don't make no dang sense how that works. Not like it's not fixable, but that don't make no dang sense. Just means this has to go here instead. Oh, right. Forgot about that. If I put that there, then it attaches there. Fudge. Well. I don't really know if this is even an option. Oh, that is an option. Cool. Alright, so that works. Wrong one. least I can place all that wood now. That'll be nice. Nice. Also a nice, wonderful place for the actual, trying to think what they call it, the silos. I feel like this actually looks more pretty for some reason, I don't know why. Because it looks more like uniform, it doesn't feel so like, I don't really know what the word is, I guess unstructured. It actually looks more like an actual factory, actually trying to produce everything. It also uses far less resources, somehow. In some weird way. Which is nice. And then, like I said, with all the weird different things I gotta do, I'm gonna have to bring back some dirt. These are where the silos will go, which will then deposit them up there. So everything looks good. Oh, I still gotta power these somehow. I'm wondering if I just put like a... maybe a parallel? That work? No, it doesn't. No. Damn it. I wonder if actually it's like the opposite way around. Instead of doing that, instead of do this. Ah. That's what the issue was. Everything was in the wrong location. Then for these... they shouted. I think I'm good, but I appreciate it. So I guess we'll just use a belt. I think we'll just use a decorative belt for this. Pretty sure they're in my brown box. They are. That looks good. Unfortunately, I don't have any space in my thing for a parallel gearbox. That looks good. And that allows all these to be powered now, so. Cool. This looks sick. Alright, so now the next thing is just simply to actually get this powered real quick before I forget. Which is as simple as doing what I did last time. I know. Makes that so easy. Okay, that looks good, that looks good. Oh, still gotta get this thing powered. Oh, I'd like to think that's as simple as just putting down either a parallel or a... simple as just putting down parallel. Nice. Also somehow somewhat symmetrical in this. I don't know why. But I like it. Alright, so I gotta get 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 tunnels. Yeah, kind of scoot. Honestly, I gotta get some silos. I'm pretty sure it's like 5 tall and there's 6, so I need 30 silos, item silos. Vertical item vault. That's exactly what I need. So just barrels and iron sheets. Got it. So I need those, and then I also need tunnels. Oh, I think andesite tunnels work just the same. So, I ain't too worried about it. Oop. Okay. Back into here. Bamboos grow nice and tall, at least. Holy lag. I do hope that farm's doing okay. I don't always get to see it from where I'm at. It looks like the farm shrunk a little bit. Not that bad. Oh, there is one spot that stopped abruptly for some reason. Because that's because of like a lag thing. Anyways, dandelions got, so I just need item vaults and... See, I'm gonna need 30. I'm pretty sure I only make one per, right? Yep. I don't suppose there's a different item silo that's a bit more available. Nope. Vault component. What is that even used for? Why? Whatever. Barrels. I'm gonna need 30. Balance the grid. Balance the grid. Whoop. I have 12. So let's say I still need 28 more. So 28 divided by 2 or times 2 is 56. Which means I'm gonna need a lot more planks. Just put these together just in case. Clear the grid. Put those away. 30 coming right up. Alright, so 30 item silos for all 6. And then I just need 6 andesite tunnels, which I have 4 of at the moment. Alright, which means I just need 2 andesite alloy and then 2, whatever the stuff is called. His name escapes me at the moment. Actually, I'm gonna bring some blocks with me just in case I have to, like, make pillars or something for whatever reason. I was gonna bring back those planks with me and some dirt. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Just bring back 9. I think I'll just use the deep slate bricks, get rid of them. Do I get rid of a block I don't want to keep around? Alright, so other than the fact that I just need kelp, I am good. This feels a bit better. This feels a lot better in terms of how it's actually going to work. Probably the andesite tunnels work just the same. And thankfully it should be indefinite, because it'll just keep running itself back over and over and over and over and over and just continually making compost. Hopefully. Then each farm takes about 500. Did it actually say how long it took in terms of, like, So So it does take 800 seconds for like trees, and then for like other plants, like I don't know. Cocoa beans only take water at least. I'm gonna have to divide that into like what do I want, which is what do I don't want, so that way I don't grow what I don't. Like this takes water, and that's really easy to supply. Like trees take compost, which I get. Melons takes water. Trees seem to be so far the only ones that actually take compost, and also these weird girl cane shoots. That takes lava, of course. Not surprising. Cracked hazelnut trees take compost. That's not surprising. Bamboo takes water. Okay, so it's like regular plants just take water, which is nice. So I don't have to like do everything with compost. Mostly just trees. Which is, I think, a fair reasonability in terms of everything. Provided I can create enough, I'll have a ton for almost like what's like the rest of life, it seems like. Okay. Well, that makes my mind a little bit more at ease. The fact that I only need really just water to make these things work, except for like the trees. Okay. Thankfully, this whole thing actually took only about 45 minutes to set up, to redo, to break it down and rebuild it back up. So I guess this will be like the compost side. This will be like all the trees then. And then I think over here is where I'll do like all the different... on the other side, I'll probably do like where I do like all the... maybe some of the trees over here too. And that, I think all the other plants will go over there. Alright. Just gotta get these item silos set up. And the tunnels. Oh. Okay, so I just need brass. Okay, I'll have to go do that in a minute. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4. 2, 3, 4. Wait, they're not connecting how I want them to. Really? Is that not connected? Why does that not look connected? I also guess I don't need them to be... this one doesn't need to be that high, but... that kind of worries me. Alright, hold on, let me go do this, and then I can use this stuff to figure out the science. Okay. That's a bit worrying. Because that looks like two separate entities. And I thought that they could go pretty vertical. I'm gonna need quickly 2 of these real quick. I'm good, Pico. Getting that as well. Cool. Port. Yeah, it gives me my mind a break. Just need a moment to breathe. Because my brain has been like going like 10,000 miles an hour. Just to make sure chat's everything going well. Bloop, bloop. Alright, so my thing is, like, if I put one in here, and I put one up there, let's just say I put an item in there, So that's a separate entity. Hold on a second. Is that really only how high they can go? What if those are 2x2? It has to be a 2x2? I mean, that's not impossible, don't get me wrong, but that kind of sucks. It's definitely not an impossible task. It just makes it so much more expensive than it needs to be. That basically means this thing has to be this big. It has to be that big. And saddest thing is it's still cheaper than, this is still so much cheaper than, oh, what's the word? Fans and shoots. Maybe it's not, though. Maybe it's not. So assuming that... That's such a rough thing to do. It's definitely not impossible, but it sure is rough. Because that means there has to be a fan here, 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 and here. And then they have to blow up with... Somehow, I gotta somehow put things underneath for them to blow up. And... that also means these have to get extended. Which is really easy to do real quick. Oh, this just got so much more complicated because of how this stuff doesn't work. Also goes for here too. But anyways, so this stuff has to go there, then this has to go back. These have to come back by 6. This goes here, 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 and here. And this gets put away. Then I need my casings back. Okay, those all go there. Then... so basically these are where the fans will go. Which then blow up and produce wind to put then shoots, which I have a ton of. Well, not a ton of, but I have enough. And then those will blow into these. Can't place it. Didn't ruin anything, did it? Okay. That's the only thing about this that's different than redstone. I don't have to worry about ruining my crap with this. Okay. So let's go like that. And then these go instead like this. Let's go like that instead. Which means all the fans have to go down here. No, hold on, where's that shrinking thing? I'm not doing this. One more. One more. That one goes down. And then these are where all the things will go. And I think I'll just bring a gear here and then put some shafts in there. That's a lot simpler. This thing's going to be fast, but I'm going to hope that's fast enough, considering this thing's running at pretty well decent speed. So we're going to hope for the best here. And then actually I need to work my way backwards so I can do all this right. So I'm gonna need gearboxes. Ah. Actually I'm gonna need the fan so I can test this out, because I'm not sure how many of these I'm actually gonna need. Actually, I guess I could just use chain casings. That would figure out my problem. And then all I gotta do is just leave one of these open for a thing to reverse the flow, so that works. Thankfully I have a ton of these, because I made a ton. So there would be a chain, then another shaft, chain. I don't want to do that yet. I'll come back. Chain. Then a shaft. Oh wait, no. These all get the treatment. Huh? Thought it worked like that. Oh right, it has to go the other way. I forgot. It has to go like this. So like that. That. I'll have to figure out how to get that in there, but it's the only way I can think of to do it. That way they all stay in the same direction. So now how to get this in there. This would be like my only thought as to how to get that in there. And then I could probably just take it from that, if anything. But I think I'm gonna take it from this, it's faster. And then we'll see if I need to add a 2 or 1 situation here. In any case, this has really required the mental strain of my brain to the maximum capacity, because my brain is really frying right now trying to figure out this machine. I also gotta make more brass tunnels, because I realized that now. I'm also gonna go around and make sure that these all get some stopping thing, so there's actually like a stopping block before I leave, and then I'll have to get more. Maybe not this one. Actually, we have wood. We can use wood. We can, in fact, cap it with wood. And do that. Then that. There. That caps those off. This is capped off. That's right. That's correct. That's capped off. That's capped off. I think all these are capped off now. Yeah, it was just those at the end that needed to be capped. Okay. That works. Alright, so what I need to do now is to go make about 6 fans. And also all the necessary... so I gotta make 6 fans. And then I also gotta make... You missed. 6 fans and... My brain's not functioning properly at the moment. 6 fans and... tunnels. 5 brass tunnels. And then fans. Wait, what is that? Oh, so I just add your cogwheel selection. Okay. Don't care about that. Oh, it was something else. Bum 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 bum. Let's see, I need to make 5 brass tunnels, which means I'm gonna need... I'm gonna have to just make 6, so I'm gonna need 3 redstone. Which means I'm gonna need about 24 redstone, 3 quartz. Yep. I'm gonna need 3 of those. I was gonna put all this stuff up before I forget. So I don't need the trains, I don't need this, the silos, I don't need these. Might need the pump. But I'll put it in here for now. I don't need the andesite tunnels. I don't need the wood. I don't need the cobble. I don't need the armadillo scoots. Chest seems unnecessary, so does the grass. Okay. Let's see. A case fan, brass tunnels. Just need... I don't even know if I have enough brass. Just barely. I'll have to make some more after this. And then the kelp. Cause I just need the fans. And I'll just take a ton of iron and just go down there. Just take all that. Hey, Coop. Yeah, it has, man. How's my man from Finland? My young man from Finland. Miss you. That's good. What have you been up to since I last heard from you? Been chilling. Have you been taking a break from Sly Cooper, or are you still kind of in that whole shtick? Because I only need 6, so... Haven't played for a few months. What have you been playing, if anything? If I may inquire. Any story games? Anything particular that's been standing out? Okay. Should be everything. 6 of those. 6. 6. Don't need that anymore. 6 encased fans, got all the tunnels I need. Should be everything. Oh, I didn't make one for you. God of War, The Last of Us, Tomb Raider, and Uncharted. All really good games, brother. All really good games. Which one? Is there any particular one that... That's fair. I mean, they're also very similar to Sly Cooper. In a way. They're platforming. Just really specific. Happy to hear you've been having a good time with those. Anything in them that really stuck out to you in the whole bunch of them? What was I trying to make? I can't remember. Oh, I was trying to make you trying to make a dog. That sounds so weird. Must make puppy. Oh, I need like 6. You love The Last of Us 1 and 2. That's awesome. And you're currently playing God of War. The newer ones, I assume? The 2018 variant. Sit. 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 Oh, wait, you're still in love. Sit. 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 Oh, roaming on me. Gotcha, you play God 3. Nice. It's a fun one. Provided once these guys get all nice and grown up, I will name one after you. Just gotta wait for the ones to grow up. That's been really cool then, to have the experience of those. What got you into them? Bum 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 bum. Bum, 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 ba-dum-ding-ding. There's an Enderman chilling under that tree. Right there. So, have you recently gotten the storage to do so then? Is what I'm understanding? Oop. Gotcha. Nice. Happy for you. Oh yeah, I forgot about that. Yikes. That's gonna be tight. Well, actually, it doesn't have to be. Multiplayers have been getting boring for you. I feel that. So, basically, you've had the storage, and now that multiplayers have been kind of getting boring for you, you've just been kind of hopping on the whole story train now. That's good. It's a fun train to be on. So I obviously know not everyone likes that train. Guess we'll see how many I need. Gotcha. I don't mean to sum down everything going on for you in just one sentence, but that just seems like the majority here. And... shoot. All this work for hydroponics, I swear to God, this is going to be so massive. It's been such a massive project in the undertaking. Has there been anything outside of the video gaming world that you've been up to? Or that you've been working on and having fun with? Whoa. School? Of course, yeah. I figure that's something that you probably would want to refrain from talking about. So anything beyond school that's been going on for you? Wait, what? No. I need more than that. Well, that sucks. See, that scares me, because I don't know if it's gonna... Because they're all gonna work in tandem. So you need 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 more. Oh, kill me. Okay. Well, let me at least make sure the fans work. How about that? We can work on that. This has been my massive headache for the last this stream and last. Pulling items downward. Okay, so means I need to switch that up. How do I do that? I don't got enough space. What if I just do this then? So I need a parallel gearbox. Been working on my health, trying to get that back up into good shape, and that's been going fairly well. I'm on a lot of different meds to make it deal with ADHD, depression, anxiety, and Tourette's. Not Tourette's yet, but I've been on meds to kind of deal with all of them. So that's been a nice change of pace for me. So I've been been grateful for that, of course. And I would probably say that's probably about like the simplest of it. That's just pretty much what I've been up to. I've been good. It's just been mostly working on streams, of course, whenever I can, and I'm not busy with something else. Alright, let's move items upward. Nice. May not be the most fastest thing in the West, but it'll work. Alright, so I just need 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So I need to make 6. So that means I meant to make some brass. But yeah. Beyond that, that's pretty much just been about it, man. Serving God has been my priority, so as much as I hate to say it, it's not eventful to the common ear, but it is eventful in the sense of what I feel is eventful. Being able to share the gospel with people has always been a great thing to do, and so I've been having opportunities to do that. So I've been grateful to keep having opportunities. How about you? Have you been in the God sphere? Or in the Christian faith? Which, if I remember, I think you said you are... I'm trying to remember which one. Either way, your faith. How about that? How's that been? Bum 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 bum. Actually, before I go make brass... haven't really had much thought. What do you mean? Like, it hasn't been really on your mind? Is that what you mean? So I'm just gonna take 9. Just give me 9, I'll make a packaged version of it. That'll be enough to run my thing I'm about to do. Let's see, I need copper and I need zinc. Do you have any idea why? Just gonna make another stack. I'm gonna have to go get more copper again. I'm running out of copper. I swear the crate mod takes so much copper. Every single time. Yeah. It's a good way to think about it. But I'm feeling like there's a but in there. Feeling like there's a but. Just get started. That's fair. And you're not forced to in any way. But I am feeling that there was a but, so... Is this personal stuff, not gonna go any deeper than that, has it been challenging your faith? Is that what I'm getting at? And it's been kind of hard to be faithful? I will come back and collect my extra brass. Okay, so this personal stuff has been taking up your thought space, right? I guess it's been taking up space in your train of thought. Other than God, yeah. So pretty much, like I just said, it's just been taking up your mental space that you haven't really had much time to think about him. That definitely sounds like what normally happens with people. Where Satan gets us the best of most of times. That's fair. And I get that. So... Well, I do hope that you would persevere in the faith and try to get him on your mind more often. There's plenty of things to go about it with scripture, of course, and as well as prayer. And there's also apps for that nowadays, so... to help in those categories. If you wish to delve into that. Which I would definitely consider. 45 minutes, I did not need that. Holy crap. Let's see, 6 tunnels. Nevertheless, I am very grateful that you're honest about it, at least. And I thank you for that you're struggling. Gotcha. No pressure on that. But it is something I definitely encourage. Nevertheless, I'm not gonna bash you over the head for it. So, no worries there. Like I said, I do respect your honesty. Where some people would probably lie just to keep appearances. I'm appreciative that you don't. Is there anything I can help you pray over, by chance? Okay. Well, I'm not gonna... In my own time, not here on stream, but in my own time, whatever... I am gonna pray over that personal stuff. I don't have to know what it is. I'm just gonna pray for you in any way about it. I just feel like I should let you know. Yeah. I'm sure God knows what's going on with you, so... I don't necessarily need to know. Alright, that is set to go. So 4 split. Yeah. So he's got you. Just gonna make sure this is all set to the same before I... It looks like it. Okay, so this all got set to the same when I did that one. Good. Alright, round robin. So it should go 1 1 1 1 1 1 1 1 1 1 1 1 1 1. Hopefully. Alright, I think we're ready to begin. And it all starts with giving each of these 10. Ah, my man. Well, I appreciate you stopping by for a little bit. Yeah, use one, my man. Keep up the faith, my brother. Okay. 10. 10. 10. 10. And 10. Oh, I forgot to power these. Where can I power these? Seems like probably from right there. Probably have to be the location. Oh, let's see. What do I have? Guess just a gearbox, honestly. No reason to go fancy. Or anything crazy. Then I need about 6 of these and a shaft. And also a andesite casing. Andesite casing. Here. 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 Boop. There you go. Okay, maybe I should force a split. Let's force split. Let's try force split instead, because I'm seeing that we're losing somehow. 10, 11, 10, 10, 9. That's kind of weird. As long as like there's like a consistency, I don't really care. That does bother me if there's kind of like a loss somewhere. Looks like they're coming back, so good. Guess I should also go ahead and quickly seal all this up real quick before I continue looking around. Oh wait, there's the loss. I see it. Where'd you come from? 10, 10. There's 6 over here. Oh no, that was 9. Where the frick? I don't know. But there's gonna be like an extra somewhere, and that is what it is. Alright, there they go. Looks like a fully independent system now, and I don't have to worry about it anymore. It'll always have some in there somewhere. and all the stuff is actually going in. It is always a constant flow. Once it backs up, it backs up. So that is a bloody positive, mate. The basic thing it takes forever is just this stuff. Actually, I'm wondering if this is completely unnecessary. Yeah, because it seems like it's actually causing more problems than benefit here. That's fine. That's fairly consistent. And with the backup, there's always at least plenty to come out, so... just takes a minute. Cool. Wow, this thing's run 6,000 SU. Holy frick. How much these things produce? I mean, we're at least looking at about half. Maybe even like... well, maybe more of a quarter, actually. Wait. So wait, these things produce... 146 by 6 engines, huh? Wait. I just want to make sure the math is mathing correctly. Calculator. 16,384 times 6 is... that is not the same amount of energy that's coming out of here. Oh, but there is also more heat. Well, I don't have enough heat available, so it don't matter. That's weird. It's weird. Anyways, at least it's like at least a consistent above 8. So that's an average. Which means the force splitting is now working now, so... and that's almost consistently keeping up with the amount we have. There's always some... there's always at least about 180 going in all the time. Which means we're always just filling up the compost bin. Yeah, there's always just a constant flow. And like I said, the cool part about this is actually very, like... I don't know how it's, like, expandable. But it almost feels that way. I don't really know how I would expand it, but I feel like it would be very expandable. I guess my only thought would be, like, I would have to, like, make, like, this weird, like, tube design that would, like, flow down and out and then back in, and then it could just go back. So if I ever needed this thing to be, like, bigger, it can be bigger. Even then, this is only for trees, so I'm not overly worried about it. Hi, buddy. So running causes you problems. Okay, I'll make sure of that. Not to run in your presence. Alright, well the hydroponics are set. So, I'm happy about that. Well, y'all, with that being considered, my brain is kaput. I am out of brain power now. I need, like, a break. I am probably gonna stop here for the day, just because my brain needs a recharge before I do the next project, which is actually getting this usable. So hopefully y'all have enjoyed. I definitely enjoyed trying to figure this math out, but unfortunately my brain, like I said, has gone kaput on energy. So I will hopefully come back tomorrow and try to figure out the rest of this and actually turning this compost into actual matter now. Or into actual, like, trees and actual usability. What I might do is actually just kind of... I'm obviously going to link it over, then down and over, but I'm also going to link it into, like, these different areas, which is going to be kind of complicated, but not too complicated. Another idea is I might also go underground, because this is not going to be enough space, obviously, for everything I need. But in time, I'll have to figure that out. These will mostly be all the different plants, which will be run by water power, so that'll be nice and simple. In any case, though, I do wish you all the best, and hope you guys have enjoyed watching. I have enjoyed hanging out and playing today. And we'll hopefully see you guys next time. So, God bless, have a wonderful rest of your day, and peace out.